The most competitive battle in the Premier League. Everyone is talking about who will win the Premier League. Everyone is talking about the title race between Arsenal and Manchester City. But honestly, I think the most exciting match this season isn't for first place, it's for sixth. Because I believe 4 clubs are fighting for just 3 European spots. That being Tottenham Hotspurs, Aston Villa, Brighton, and Brentford. One of these clubs are going to miss out. Today, I'm predicting who finishes 6th, 7th, and 8th in the Premier League. Based on current squads, current manager, and the transfers completed so far. Of course, the transfer window is still open, so these predictions are based as the squads stand today. Let's begin with the first one. If I had to choose one club to finish 6th, it's Tottenham. I think Spurs have the highest ceiling out of every team out of the traditional top 5. Why? First of all, look at the ambition they've shown this summer. They've already brought in players like Sandro Tonali, Mateus Fernandes, and Jean-Paul Van Eyck. While Roberto De Zerbi has confirmed the club still wants more signings before the window closes. I got this from TalkSport. Now, I would like to say sorry in advance first if I'm pronouncing these names wrong. The information is going to be in the description down below so you guys can check it out yourself. So, let's get back right into it. That immediately tells you something. Tottenham aren't rebuilding slowly. They're trying to compete immediately. Then there's Roberto De Zerbi himself. If you've watched his Brighton teams, you already know what to expect. Aggressive pressing, high possession, quick passing combinations, players constantly rotating positions. His football is entertaining, but it's also demanding. That's why I don't think Spurs finish inside the Champions League places just yet. New systems take time. New signings need chemistry. Sometimes the football looks incredible, other weeks it completely falls apart. That's normal. However, even with those growing pains, I still think Tottenham have enough individual quality to finish above most of the league. Their midfield looks much stronger than last season, their defense has added experience, and their attack has enough creativity to break down lower table sides consistently. For me, Tottenham finishes 6th. Now, let's move on to Aston Villa. Villa might actually be the hardest team to beat outside of the traditional top 5. Why? Because of Unai Emery. He's one of the best tactical coaches in Europe. His teams are incredibly organized, they're disciplined without the ball, they're dangerous on the counterattack, and they rarely give opponents easy chances. Villa don't rely on one superstar, they rely on a system. Every player understands their role. That makes them incredibly consistent in European football and over an entire season. But consistency alone isn't enough. This season, they'll also have to balance European football. Extra travel, extra matches, less recovery time, especially during the winter months. Unlike Arsenal or Liverpool, Villa doesn't have endless squad depth. If they lose 2 or 3 starters on injuries, the drop in quality becomes incredible and definitely noticeable. That's why I have them finishing just behind Tottenham, 7th place. Then we have Brighton. Never underestimate Brighton. Every single year, people predict Brighton will fall away. Every single year, they somehow stay competitive. Why and how is through recruitments. Brighton are probably one of the smartest run clubs in football. They identify young talent, young players, develop players, sell them, then somehow replace them with another quality player. It's an incredible model. Technically, Brighton are also one of the most flexible teams in the league. They're comfortable playing through possession, they're patient, technically gifted, and they rarely panic under pressure. However, there is one reason why I can't put them much higher. Compared to Tottenham or Aston Villa, Brighton simply don't have the same amount of proven Premier League match winners. When games become tight, sometimes you just need one player to make something special. That's the biggest difference. I still think Brighton finishes inside the top 8, but just outside Villa. Now for Brentford. Every season, people underestimated Brentford, and every season, they prove them wrong. They're incredibly well coached, they defend as a unit, they're excellent from set pieces, and they work harder than almost anyone else. Brentford don't usually dominate possession. Instead, they play smart football. They know exactly when to pass, when to sit back, when to attack quickly. That's why they're so difficult to play against. The problem is squad quality. Compared to, Tottenham, Villa, or even Brighton, Brentford don't have the same depth. If 2 or 3 key players miss a month, it becomes much harder for them to maintain European form. I still think they'll have another excellent season, but I'll believe that they'll narrowly miss it out. So why does these 4 clubs stand above the rest? Now you might be wondering, why these 4? Why not Crystal Palace? Why not Fulham? Why not Everton? Or might even be Bournemouth? The answer is actually pretty simple. These 4 clubs have all something in common: a clear identity. Every one of them knows exactly how they want to play football. Tottenham want possession and aggressive pressing. Villa are disciplined and deadly on transition. Brighton dominated through technical football. Brentford rely on organization, efficiency, and set pieces. That identity is incredibly important over 38 games. They're also better equipped than most mid-table clubs. Better recruitment, better tactical coaching, more quality through the starting 11. That's why I expect them to separate themselves from the rest of the chasing pack. So, here's my final prediction. 6 is Tottenham Hotspur. They've invested heavily. They've hired one of Europe's most exciting coaches. And I still think they just have enough quality. 7th is Aston Villa. Another excellent season under Unai Emery. But European football prevents them from climbing any higher. And then 8th, Brighton. Smart recruitment, excellent football, another impressive campaign. Just missing out is Brentford, a fantastic team, but I think they'll just finish short out of the European places. Of course, the transfer window is still open. Yeah, it's still open until the end of August. One major signing or one major injury could completely change these predictions. But based on the squads today, that's how I see the race unfolding. Now it's your turn though. Who finishes 6th? Does Tottenham return to Europe? Can Aston Villa balance multiple competitions? Will Brighton surprise everyone again? Or will Brentford prove us all wrong? Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications for more Premier League predictions, transfer news, and football analysts. I'll see you guys in the next video.